Welcome back to the weird and the wonderful with Strange Bones. That's me. So, as we are getting started, let's just make sure everything is looking like it ought. Tumi, welcome. And you. And I think that says Stefan, but welcome, and Rudy. Welcome to you guys. I hope you're all having a fantastic evening. And to Mokwetsi, welcome. Hargus and Blockout, good to see you guys. So now that people have started to arrive, we are tonight going to be finishing off on our last theme, which has proved to be interesting in some cases, a bit samey in others. Not the greatest of the topics, but we will finish that off and then move on to what I think is going to be a far more interesting topic, which came out of a number of questions that were put to me by some of you guys. And so with that in mind, we're going to get into something new, interesting, and different. Or possibly much more of the same of what we prefer to look into. For those of you who don't know, one of the things we prefer to do is to look at the weird, supernatural, paranormal, and strange, purely, of course, for our own interest and curiosity. We do not necessarily promote nor derive any of the ideas given on the channel or say any of it is true whatsoever. It's entirely up to you to decide. Hey Mia. But we do say that give all of your views as much as you like in the comments. If you are known to us, then you may be invited to join the live as well. We are very careful about who we let join the live because unfortunately we've had a number of serious trolls, which is really quite sad. Roman, welcome. So we are a little bit careful as to who we let join, of course. That said, we do have one rule, and that is please don't be rude. If you're rude, we give you the boot. Because we don't like rudeness, and some people can get truly foul. It's actually astounding how some people are out there, but I suppose it takes all kinds to make a world, does it not? But with that said, we always, thank you very much for the following, we always enjoy having people comment, so comment greatly. Like, share, subscribe, do all of the good things, send lots of gifts, help us reach our goals so that we can keep this channel going. It is always awesome to have you guys on, and of course some of you have become treasured friends on the channel, one of which has just appeared.
Hello.
Mickey, how are you doing?
Okay, thanks, and you?
Good. So, I've got to be honest that the current theme has not proved to be a rich ground of interesting things because while everybody loves secret societies, it seems that they do them pretty much for much the same reason for the most part, which is to say when they dislike the government, they try and overthrow it. And that's been true all over. So we're going to finish off that theme tonight, but then go on to something which in fact is all your fault. in every way, because a comment you made to me a while back was, okay, so let's assume, for the sake of argument, that aliens live among us, or there really are monsters out there. How would we know? How do you recognize? And of course, then today you sent me yet another video in that regard.
There's a lot of different ways people say you can.
Well, we've got a whole ton for you today. And then we've got somebody asking, what are we talking about? Are we talking about like paranormal things? Or, well, we were doing a theme on secret societies to see if we could find anything really interesting in there. In some cases, there's one or two things which are quite interesting. But for the most part, it's mostly political and boring. So we're going to finish that off fast in the beginning. And then we're going to get on and see if we can find a user's guide to knowing if your neighbor is not human. So I'm hoping there's going to be something weird and interesting. Maybe some good stories. You never know. Well, Mickey, you said that your dad was big into UFOs, but then how would you know if a UFO was indeed a UFO? You know, I mean, if it appears in natural form and it's a little grey man, fine. But what if it appears human?
You know, thinking about that too, but my sister, she actually became quite obsessive about UFOs as well.
Yeah.
And she started having very strange things happen to her, like she would be sleeping at night, and we were talking about the sleep paralysis and things like that. She would say very often she would wake up and she would feel like something sitting on her chest and she couldn't wake up and move, or it was weird things, but it was all together while she was so much into UFOs.
Here is the other question, which maybe needs answering as well. Okay, so we've got a comment there. NASA discovered a thing named Atlas, and people think that it's an alien or another life species. Well, that's part of the thing, because now, are aliens actually alien species? And if so, what do they want with us? Fair question. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they're good. I'm just saying, you know, is it possible that they're not aliens, but somehow demons or spirits with some other intention, and that's why, like your sister was saying, because then they started affecting her? Because we do know from our examination of ghosts and spirits that the bad ones do try to choke you, and many legends of, well, we know the Tokolos, for example, will sit on your chest at night if it can. So
my dad said to my sister he had a similar experience. He was lying on a couch one night and something was pushing him down.
There you go.
So I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with that.
It's a fair question. So I did a little research to see if we can find out more. Thanks for the share there, Becca. I do appreciate. And in fact, you know what? We're going to do this backwards because I don't know if it's really that massively worth going into all of the old secret societies. Look, there are a number of very interesting ones, like obviously the Triads and the Ninja, and so on. So, well, let's get straight on. Let's assume, for the sake of argument, guys, that things like aliens, spirits, and all of that might be real. If they are, how would we recognize that they are not human? How would we know? And believe it or not, I managed to find quite a few answers. So, there we are. And we're going to start with the most famous of the alien species that conspiracy theorists allege, at least, are indeed not only here, but might be in charge of things. Because remember, sometimes I wonder about that, Kyle. You have a very fair point. Sometimes I wonder, especially my family. So according to the first thing that I found, Becca, we're going to get to that. Okay, so according to the first thing I found, there's quite a few different kinds of alien species alleged to be among us. The most famous of which are the reptilians. Now, according to what we are supposed to believe, which they were popularized, by the way, by David Icke. You may have heard him, quite a famous conspiracy theorist in the late 1990s. So they are a race of, brace yourself, blood-drinking, shape-shifting, reptilian aliens, known as the lizard people or draconians, that came from the Alpha Draconis star system, that live partly in underground bases but have infiltrated society. Now, why would they infiltrate society? So, amongst other things, they want to basically rule the world and enslave humanity. And it's the major political leaders, the major business type people, etc., etc., that are actually, so one of the famous ones, of course, is the Queen. The Queen was said to be a reptilian. I agree with Kyle. It'd be pretty cool to shapeshift. It's definitely up there at the top of one of the things I would find cool. However,
even they said what they even said Taylor Swift.
Yes, well, famous people with great influence. So we know in modern society, music stars, movie stars, they are people with quite a lot of influence. Big business type people, so on and so on and so on. So these lizard people, they have already infiltrated human society and assumed human form to gain political power and manipulate humanity. Fair enough. What they are after is that they use the positions as world leaders, celebrities, influential individuals like the British royal family, the Bush family, and even Mark Zuckerberg, apparently. They're either reptilians or controlled by the... now, Becca, hold on to that thought, because apparently part of the problem with Trump is that he's not. And therefore, because he's rich as he is, he's a problem for them. Because he doesn't do what they want. So, maybe that's... well, maybe he is one. Okay. Well, yes, to a certain degree, it does become a very political sort of thing. I saw the most interesting comment when I was looking up Russian conspiracy theories, okay, where apparently Putin died about 15 years ago. And they've been using body doubles ever since, just so that they can keep the political party going, because there's other people behind him actually running it. And that's a serious conspiracy believed in certain groups in Russia, so you know. Is any of this true? I deny any knowledge on anything. I'm merely reporting, just in case anybody asks. Are they smarter than him? Well, I suppose there's that. There are questions. So, the goal is to establish a totalitarian global government, orchestrate major world events like wars and economic crises, suppress human spiritual awakening.
Let's
Okay.
go. Sorry, just I want to think about it.
I take it you know Kyle.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, now that's good. So that's what they are after. Now, where do they come from? Scientifically speaking, they say that this is the kind of fiction that comes out of old stories like Conan the Barbarian, where you had the lizard people, etc., and old religious things where religious symbolic language was taken too literally, etc., etc. However, of course, people who please pause. Why are we pausing?
Let's pause everyone 30 seconds.
Nah, I think I'll keep going. I'm too hyper for that kind of thing. I'm terrible. So the idea is that, at least from the conspiracy theorists, that no, this is a very real thing and they've got proof, and there are a ton of videos out there that may or may not be AI doctored. I'm not going to argue that point because I'm certainly not good enough to tell if a video is doctored or AI or, whatever. But they have very weird things. Now, they do say that there is no creditable scientific or historical evidence to support the existence of reptilian humanoids controlling Earth. However, if I was a reptilian controlling the world, or trying to, I would also deny the existence of reptilians. So, exactly, it's an issue. Now, biologically speaking, they would have to be a little different, and one would assume that they would slip at times, and you'd be able to spot them. And they say you can. So what would they do? Well, they would want to take over the world, I suppose, secretly. Why secretly, I'm not sure, but nevertheless. Now, we know in folklore there's quite a few different reptilian type creatures. Thank you for sharing the live there, and thank you guys for the likes. So we know that in the Asian folklore you have the Naga. We know that in the southern United States, where you get a lot of swamps, there's all kinds of supposed sightings of lizard men and more. They've absolutely dominated mythology and fantasy and all the rest, video games. I mean, absolutely. We're getting to the other aliens as well, but these ones are a specific group of aliens, and apparently there's 9 or 10 that have visited us. Well, it does matter what they look like, Becca, because being able to tell who they are, there will be certain little things to show, even when they're shapeshifted to look human. But these ones are pretty bad, because they're definitely anti-human. They want to control you. So we've got that. So reptilian conspiracy theory tells us that there are a number of humanoids of reptilian form which show up throughout history, and recently the perpetrator of the 2020 Nashville bombing said that there were aliens that he was trying to get at, Yeah, so he was trying to stop them. Okay, yes, the lizard men, in their natural form, they look lizardy, but they can absolutely look normal. And on TikTok, on YouTube, there's a ton of videos to see. So, first of all, how do we recognize if somebody is one of these? So, number one, there are certain physical signs that will allow you to tell if somebody actually is an alien. And to be fair, I read through these, and there's a number of them that I could very easily ascribe to quite a few people in power. I could point at Trump. I could point at Biden. I absolutely could point at Taylor Swift. Putin as well, to be fair. So, yes, there are a number. Number one, eye glitches. Now, there are a number of videos that I have seen which may or may not be AI. What about South African politicians? I could answer that, but it would be bad. I don't think they give a shit. Not even the reptilians want to be in charge right now.
No.
I say nothing. But it's possible, it's possible. So you have to watch for eye glitches. And there have been videos I've seen where you can see that people's eyes change momentarily. I've seen videos... Yeah?
Like the one with Katy Perry, but her eyes didn't glitch and the color changed or anything. Her eye just went weird and closed, and she had to try and open it. Then it was like very strange.
Yes, now that's a perfect example of a slip where you've seen one. So Katy Perry could be a reptilian. Okay. Suspicious hair, especially if their hair tends to the orangey or red.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, very hard in the modern day because...
Our hair color changes.
Yeah, we can dye our hair so easily. Like those birds glitching, I recall seeing what you were talking about. That's a slightly different thing, which we are going to do in the future, because that's the possibility of either the world being basically like the Matrix or of parallel universes, parallel worlds. So that is a thing to think about. The next one is when certain physical features are either far too perfect or not quite right. That is a possibility, Carl. That is absolutely a possibility. Now, everyone goes on and laughs, oh, Trump with his orange skin. Well, now, if you've ever seen a number of famous people, they're too pale or too symmetrical. Normal people are not symmetrical. We just aren't. You will find that there is very often a difference left to right on a single person.
Yeah.
And when you are more... Is it a fake tan, Becca? Is it? Or is it that is alienness showing through? That's the question. If their nose is too flat, or if their mouth is too lipless, if their eyes are too wide, like a reptile's would be. These are all little things that seem to imply.
Well, they have a weird throat.
Now that was one which I found when I went looking. There's a particular newscaster, very pretty woman, but her neck's like wide. It's weird, and you see it and you're like...
The move's kind of weird.
Yes. Which implies, of course, that she's not human.
Yeah.
It's a small thing, but it might be. Another thing which apparently is common is that they don't blink as much as us.
Hmm.
So if you ever see somebody that just sort of stares and doesn't seem to blink, be careful. You never know. Then,
Well,
of
I like
course,
weird. Sorry. I'm
you like
sorry.
the weird?
I can't ask me how did I end up here. I just came, I like the weird stuff, so.
Well, this is the thing. I see Endless Thoughts has joined us. So, hey to Endless Thoughts.
Um,
Now, besides the physical traits, you also get the behavioral traits. Okay, so unusual movements when they walk not quite right, more of a scurry than a walk, or in slightly jerky motions, as lizards often do. That might be an indication of a lizard person.
like
Absolutely.
Ariana Grande. She walks weird.
Yes, she does. Now,
I'm
here's
just
where it gets interesting because we literally are all able to think of varying people that fit this.
yeah,
Does
crazy.
this mean that they are indeed here and are doing their thing, or does it mean that we're being a bit silly? I don't know, you'll have to decide. But, I mean, we've come up with a number of possible people just off top of head. Sticking out the tongue, the tendency to either subtly or momentarily or overtly stick their tongues out. How many music stars do we know that like to stick their tongue out?
Oh yeah, for real.
Right?
Hmm,
I mean, there's a lot of them.
it's weird.
We
Yeah.
also have seen Biden do it.
Hmm.
Yes, we have, on genuine
Yeah,
political things.
that's so weird.
Creepily, often around children. Just saying.
That's very weird.
So, I'm just throwing it out there. There's a lot of weirdness going on. Could it be the case? Now, next
Yeah.
one. The fact that apparently they are able to disrupt either intentionally or unintentionally electrical devices. So if you know somebody that electrical appliances seem to fail around them, they might
Sounds
be
like
in it.
me, actually.
Well, I was just
Perfect.
thinking, all
Perfect
my
mix.
life I've had a serious problem with that. Yeah. Am I alien?
Oh,
Hang on. Maybe I'm alien and I didn't know.
oh, exactly.
Watch and this is a job for you now, Mickey. Count. This is a job for you now, Mickey. Count 5. I can see you. Yeah, there was a sudden dip, just a little dip in the internet. I do apologize for that, but we're still here.
That's okay.
Hi. Okay, the next thing, and this is one I know people just like this. Just saying, they are emotionally cold, cunning, and lack empathy, focused on what they're doing, on power, on control, on business, and not on people or emotions or relationships. And I know people like this. I really do. You just blinked. You're okay, Mickey. You're not. You're not a reptile. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
I've known people like. I used to work with people like this. Just
Mm.
saying. So absolutely, mind you, again, I've been accused of that, and I'll tell you why. I worked for like 20 years as a crime reporter, and
Oh.
I went to a lot of really quite bad scenes,
Mm.
and I don't react to things anymore.
Oh, I see. So people think you're just being
So people find
insensitive.
me, yeah, sometimes they find me quite cold because I don't
Mm.
react. I've been to some pretty awful murder scenes that even had the cops like shaken up. And I was just like, fine, take my photos, find out the details, carry on, no problem. And they're like, doesn't it bother you? And I'm like, no, it doesn't. Because I've seen it too often. You
Yeah, it's not,
know,
you don't have the shock factor anymore. It's just,
yeah, but I think as well, you learn not to internalize it.
yeah, otherwise you take it home and
Yes, because
you
if
really,
somebody I actually care about is hurt or something, then it really does affect me.
my
But
dad
I
was
have
the
to
same
know
because
them. Yes,
my dad works for forensics. You know, it was a forensic photographer
perfect
and did
example.
fingerprints. So my dad was also very similar. He seemed cold, but he wasn't really. It's just,
You
certain
don't
things don't.
allow it to come home. And forensics, of course, are the poor guys who absolutely. Hey, Spooky's
Yeah,
joined us. Um, so, absolutely, it's a case whereby you can't bring it home
yeah.
because.
That does the same with my dad.
Endless Thoughts is asking, was she kicked? No, you wasn't kicked. There was a dip in the internet, which I don't know why it happened. It does on occasion. We've had a bit of storms today, so maybe that had an effect. But yeah, then it carried on. And there were actually one or two people that fell off for some reason. But nevertheless, you was not kicked. So the next thing is that the main thing that they want is to have positions of power, government, banking, media, or whatever, so they can manipulate humans. So if it's a person who's got a serious interest in that all the time, then that's another sign. So I suppose what you really have to do is look for those multiple build-up of signs. It's not just one, but several. Huge thoughts, try that in English and without ignorance. Huge thanks to Endless Thoughts for the hearts and the power-ups and what have you. Um, that is awesome. We have reached our live goal. That is ever so cool. Everybody else, whack those likes there. Don't leave it just for the same few every time. We definitely need that. So these signs are often attributed to high profile figures. Celebrities is a big one. World leaders is a big one. Now, some people say, thank you, Mickey. Some people say that this is pareidolia. Some people say it isn't. But there is absolutely an entire basis for this simply because either people are just weird, which is quite possible, or maybe they're right. I mean, if you've ever seen one of the original speeches given by Adolf Hitler, and they're out there, you can find them on the internet, they are incredibly compelling, even if you don't speak German.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
true.
his crowd control was unbelievable. He was
Yeah, like he was
good.
hypnotizing
And
him.
I will point out, he did move in odd ways, and he was rather jerky. And, well, when it came to seeking power, I mean, just
Yeah,
saying,
he was big.
he was seeking power. We can say he was seeking power. So absolutely. Jay, how are you doing?
Bored?
You're always bored. Why are
I
you
know.
bored? I think you have too much sugar in your life.
No.
That sounds like the denial of a person that enjoys too much sugar in their life.
What's that word called? I forgot the word.
Guilt?
It's not you.
No?
Ugh. I'm just playing my games.
That is
And
good.
now it's glitching and I need a new computer. So you should probably give me one.
That would be wonderful if I could afford it. But I'm still working on getting myself back into the working world.
Good. So you see, you go onto the dark web.
How do you get onto the
Don't you
dark
get money
web? You're
from
not
doing
allowed
this?
on the. You're not allowed on the dark web. The CIA is going to get him one of these days.
For sure.
Or the reptilians.
You're not, but I am because I've done it. the stuff I've seen on there.
You weren't supposed to go there. That's why.
Don't even post it on there. Like, ew.
So
It's
yes,
just some random videos. Like, there's not even that gruesome stuff.
it depends which bits, I believe. I remember
Give me a
one
new
day.
computer,
This is going back a bit.
please.
And we had to go and do backups for one of my mates' work. He
Huh?
was the IT head at his job. And this was done on tape reels. Yes, very long time back. And they were huge. And you had to change them every 2 hours. So we went in with him to keep him company, because you put them on and then you sit for 2 hours doing nothing, waiting, and put the new ones on and sit for another 2 hours. So we were sitting there, and one of the guys, never get computer guys together and let them drink. Just throwing it out there. So one of the guys says, how bad can we find stuff on the internet? Now, this was before you had all these filters and protections. So it was all just one big internet out there, and you could find it. If you typed it, you found it. So we came up with all of the usual, with, graphic sex scenes and all the rest of it, and and everyone's laughing and getting drunker and drunker. And every now and then we change the tapes out, and we carry on going worse and worse. And then one of the guys, who I know for a fact is one of the filthiest people I've ever met and is unshockable, he says, hey guys, I found, and he went silent. Watched for a second, pulled the plug out of the computer and said, I'm done. And he would not tell us what he had found. To this day, I do not know what he found, but it was so bad, whatever it was, that he couldn't bear to even look at it.
Wow.
So
Crazy.
there's stuff out there that you don't need to see.
I've seen people's head being blown off.
Yeah, I've seen that.
We have all seen something.
But yeah, I to this day, I do kind of wonder what he saw, but I also don't want to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I was on the border with
The
him,
most gross.
and we were in firefights and what have you. So just people getting unalived, really no big deal. So we've seen, in real
what I've
life.
seen?
Yeah. Supposed
And
to be
it
really
was
bad.
that
Okay.
bad. So, Spooky, how are you doing?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
So,
I know there's a couple of sites that are dedicated on torturing people to death.
What?
I've seen worse
Did you
even
just say
than
you're
that.
torturing people to death?
I've seen
Wow.
worse even than that. So, yeah.
If you watch cartel videos,
Yeah,
It's
they
not
say.
pretty.
People are pretty bad, to be fair.
Yeah.
But What we're
Can I tell you
supposed to
something?
be talking about is reptilian aliens. So, are they real and how do you recognize them? So, have you got
I
any
don't know what those are.
reptilian stories?
What are they?
Mark Zuckerberg.
So, the reptilians are supposed to be in control. We do know a lot of famous people that have the signs. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, the things where they blink and then it looks like a.
Yes. Now, of course, the problem is our ability to manipulate videos has
Whoa.
also advanced to the point that now we can't tell if any of these things are real or not, which is now a problem.
Dun, 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 dun.
So it would have to be seen in real life by you to really tell.
Have you seen the Sora videos?
Yeah.
The which videos? Jay?
It's I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Sora. If you can hear me.
Okay. I don't recognize them. Sora. What are they about?
They create
They're like
AI videos.
it's realistic AI videos.
Oh, but they are AI.
It doesn't look AI.
Well, that's the problem. You can't tell today. So we would have to see in real life. Now, according to David Icke, he was the one that really exposed a great deal about this. But we are going to say that there is a lot of people who really do believe in it, to the degree that there were protests in places in America when Biden took power, demanding that reptilians not be allowed to get into office.
Really?
That's it.
Yeah, no, people are serious in their beliefs here. I'm not saying the
Crazy.
reptilians were real, but the people believed they were.
That's crazy.
Maybe it
No,
is.
I don't think they are real.
Well, I don't know. Wait,
But-
do you blink?
I do.
It's one of the signs we're checking on each other.
Oh, I cannot blink for a long time.
He's an alien. You better be careful.
I can I can just hold my eyes out.
Government officials think they are
Eye
reptilian
competitions.
people.
Yeah, I have the thing where you can do
Well-
eye competitions. I can hold my eyes open for like
There-
5 minutes.
think about it. We've seen a lot of video clips and things where you'll see people's eyes seem to glitch, or they will stick their tongue out for no real reason, or their features are either too perfect or kind of weird.
You're just making me think of pedophiles.
Oh my gosh.
How did that get
Come here,
in?
big boy.
No, I don't
Yes,
think we
they
have
do.
that. Now, some
Why am I
people, some people say they come from the Draco constellation. Others say from the Orion constellations. Now,
What are those?
they're two star clusters.
What is the? Oh,
Others say that they're actually interdimensional beings and they come from a parallel universe, which we will get to because there's a number of issues around that as well. So absolutely, there are all kinds of reptilian
people.
conspiracies that come out of that. We know that in history, we've got a lot. In Africa, we've got the Mokele Mbembe,
What the hell?
the giant snake.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Howick Falls, which is down the road from me, is known to be one of the places where the rainbow snake lives. We know that. It's been part of Zulu culture here for a good 400 years.
Me and my cousin took the rainbow theory so seriously about the at the end of the rainbow there's gold.
Mm.
Me and him took it so seriously. We followed the thing. It was nothing, just a whole big piece of like, I don't know. Huh? It's just, I can't join the private server.
Sorry, buddy. So we also know that you have the Indian legends that go way back about the Naga, also reptilian. Several
What about
different.
the Patugong? The thing from the Philippines or wherever?
Yes,
The Peichong?
I don't know what it's called in the Philippines, but there is absolutely a snake type creature, reptile, humanoid in the Philippines. So you get them all over history. Okay, it's not just a modern thing. Now, a number of alien abduction narratives at least claim that
What about remember I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago about the Zimbabwe thing, where kids in Zimbabwe was at school and blah blah blah, and they saw like a spaceship or something.
that was a different alien. Because the description was different, and that was apparently a fairly nice one. Whereas the reptilian ones are all bad, apparently. Or at least for us. Now, we do know that in Ashland, Nebraska, the police officer, Herbert Schirmer, was taken away by a UFO in 1967 by reptilian humanoids. Now, what was very interesting about this is that what he had was a blackout and couldn't remember anything. And the whole alien thing only came out under hypnosis. And after the hypnosis, he couldn't remember it either. So he didn't remember before and he didn't remember after. So it wasn't him trying to get fame or anything like that. And he was a police officer. You'd think they're fairly straightforward buggers.
Yeah.
So there was that. Now we know David Icke, of course, was big on that. And in his work in 1999, The Biggest Secret, he goes into reptilian humanoids in a big way, pointing out they specifically do drink blood. They are blood drinkers. They come from Alpha Draconis. They mostly are in underground bases here, but they are behind the whole anti-humanity conspiracy thing. Okay, and most of the world's ancient and modern leaders are related to these reptiles, especially, for example, the Merovingian dynasty, the Rothschilds, the Bush family, the British royal family. Now, if you go and look at videos of any of these groups, you will see that they do have sort of funny moving type methods. They do have weird looks to them. So is there any truth to this? We know that animals are often quite scared of the queen. We've seen it in videos when she's gone too close to them. And that's one of the signs that animals and children can tell and they back away. Is it true? Well, it's certainly very popular. It's come up in a lot of different things. We know that in Canada, the Ernie Eves campaign called their opponent, Dalton McGuinty, an evil reptilian kitten eater from another planet. Whether or not this was a joke or serious, we don't know. But he did refuse to apologize.
That's funny.
It is rather good. we see that a number of other politicians have accused their opponents of being lizard people. Whether or not that's true is another big question. We know that on a radio show, one of the comedians, Louis C.K., asked former U.S. Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld a number of times if he and Dick Cheney were lizard people who enjoyed eating people. And Rumsfeld refused to answer the question.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying that seems a bit weird. We know that Barack Obama was said to be a lizard person, and a number of his security agents were said to be as well. Just saying.
Likely.
Go and look at videos of, they say, go find the videos of Barack Obama, and don't look at him, look at his security guards just behind him, and they look strange. Is it true? I don't know. Nevertheless, we absolutely have a number of people who might fit that. But then, as was requested, okay, Becca asks, are we like an organization? I have no idea. Are we an organization? I don't think we're an
What does that
organization.
mean? Oh, I mean, yes.
I don't
Could be,
know.
I guess.
We get together and generally explore really weird topics and talk about it, by and large.
Yeah, and we kidnapped Donald Trump, and we told him to tell us his deeper secrets. Yeah, tell him.
And then there's Joe.
You're not laughing at my sarcasm.
I wouldn't dare. So, according to what I then found, is that there are a number of different aliens that are supposed to have come to Earth. Some of them good, some of them not. So we all know the Greys.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know them. Do you know the Nordics?
The what?
Okay, so these ones tend to look very humanoid, and they're called the Nordics because they are tall, blonde, and generally blue-eyed.
Blonde.
And they are considered to be among the nice ones. Okay. You also have the tall whites and the Venusians, and varying other ones as well, including the reptilians, which are not good. So we need to look at a few different types of what might be out there. So
Would they be good? Because I mean, they eat people. Didn't you just say that?
it depends which type. So the first one is absolutely a human eating type, which was cool, was known as the Flatwoods Monster. They are basically a humanoid, but they've got a sort of shovel-shaped head, and only one really came. It was a bit like, you know, Predator, the movie.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it was a bit like that.
No, now you're making me scared.
Then you
Why
have the Greys. Now, the Greys generally are grey-skinned, might be green-skinned on occasion, humanoid, about 1 meter tall, hairless, big heads, big black almond-shaped eyes, no real nose, a very small lipless mouth and no ears, and 3 to 4 fingers.
The Kardashians because we are small lips.
Possibly. I honestly...
Answer the phone. Answer that phone.
It's
You're being
not a
naughty.
phone, it's TikTok saying that we're not talking to each other.
We are TikTok. Can't you see? Are you dumb? It's your age
Inactivity.
to make a
It drives me
content.
nuts. Okay, so these ones are generally very intelligent, and they're not harmful to us, usually. They're more like scientists than anything else. Next type, the Nordics. The Nordics are the ones that look like Nordic type people. And apparently they're okay, they're friendly, we're good with them. I see Becca's trying to join. Yes, and she's on. Hey, Becca.
It's so.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Hi, my name is Jaden.
I'm good. I'm just so fascinated. I want to learn more.
Well, you were asking where I got all of that. I trawl the internet and go and look at very weird rabbit holes to find out as much as I can. Just for
Okay.
curiosity
But
and
how
fun.
did you end up down that side of the internet?
I moved from where I was in Joburg to KZN, and I didn't have work yet, and I was terribly bored. And somebody said to me, well, go onto TikTok, get a following, do a good channel, and monetize it. So I thought, well, okay, I'll give it a try, just for
Yeah.
fun. So I said to my friend, I said, well, what am I supposed to do this live on? And look, I was a journalist for 20 years,
Yeah.
and I was a monk for 9 years before that. And
A monk?
Yes, I was a monk.
So
Wow.
like, is your balls like indestructible? Because I feel like they kick each other.
What? You play too many computer games.
No.
I was a Catholic, you silly twit.
Oh no, I thought like the Buddhist.
Not everybody is Shaolin. You play too many computer games.
No,
So over the
I can't believe
years,
because of you. It's like because I saw like the Buddhists, the Buddhists, the Buddhists, whatever the word is. They like train each other and they kick each other in that part and they kick each other's heads.
no, you've got it completely wrong. It's not the
Then what is
Buddhists.
it?
It's a particular group of Shaolin.
I don't know what's that.
Then play more computer games and find out.
I don't know.
Okay,
any
so
computer game.
over the years, I've learned a lot of strange things, and I've seen a lot of strange things. So my friend
Yeah.
said to me, go and do a live on that. And so I did. And obviously,
And now here you are.
well, because research is a major part of what I did, I can
Aren't you a
do it
news
well.
reporter?
Hey?
Aren't you a news reporter?
Yes, a crime reporter.
Crime?
Yes.
You said you were like at the event with where the dog had to climb like the wall and something.
I did that as well. That was all part of it. Not every single thing was bad. I did all sorts. I worked for 2 newspapers. One was pure crime and one was cultural. So yes, I did big events, music events, went and met all the bands and all the rubbish like that. And then I went to murder scenes.
That's murder scenes. Oh, tell me.
Are you South African?
Yes.
Okay. You
Yes.
sound a bit British.
Everybody says that. And
Yeah.
though I suppose my ancestry is British, but by and large, I mean, I was born and grew up here, so,
Okay.
like, yeah, just whatever. So there it is. That's how we got to here. And now we are talking about how to recognize aliens. So make of that as you will. And I wear a hood because it started in winter when it got really cold. And as you can see, I am not well blessed with a lot of hair. So I put a hood on for a while to keep my head warm. And then afterwards, everyone said to me, no, you have to keep wearing it. It's now like your signature. So now I wear a hood. So, yeah. Spooky things and paranormal stuff with strange bones.
Are you in KZN?
Yes.
But that's not very cold, is it?
It can be. The other day it was -4.
Oh, okay. Well, depends, I guess, what part of KZN you're in.
In the mountains.
Okay.
Yes. Are you eating sweets in front of me, Mickey?
I'm sorry. My bad.
I'm not allowed to eat sweeties. I'm
How
diabetic.
do you guys know each other?
We found each other on TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay.
Random.
Mickey,
Very-
are you also KZN based?
Yeah, I'm in Durban.
Okay.
Us weird
And you,
people.
where you from?
I'm in Cape Town.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
no.
Hmm.
Oh, man.
Well, what you must do is you must go and look up Skarpstad Radio. Okay.
Scots.
Skarpstad.
Oh, Skarpstad.
Yes. Now he's the guy that got me to do this, and he's in Cape Town, and he's got a music channel that he does, and he's
Okay.
pretty cool. So go there
Is
and
there a
bother
big
him.
following of people that like believe this stuff in Cape Town or in South Africa in general?
Kind of, yes, actually. Surprisingly, a lot more. But we're a very strange country. So, for example, if you want people that believe in magic, witchcraft, and all of that, come to KZN.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
want aliens, Cape Town.
Okay. Got it.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Like the FBI from America came to Cape Town because of blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Now, Joburg tends to be conspiracy theories.
Isn't Joburg
Okay.
like dangerous and Cape Town? Yeah, Cape Town, Kristen. Yes, Cape Town. No, Cape Town.
Cape Town. I like Cape Town. Sounds good. Whereas if you go up, say, into the Free State, people believe in virtually nothing except the church. They are very straight about it. So we can literally divide the country up by particular preferences of belief. It's the strangest thing. Why, I don't know. So where I am, witches are big. Pagan religions are big. Though we do
What
like
is pagan?
UFOs. Okay, now you should have been warned, because now I'm going to go on a rant. Okay.
Okay.
First of
Sorry for
all-
asking.
No. In modern society, pagan refers mostly to Wicca.
Okay.
In proper use, it doesn't at all. This is because people who think they know what they're talking about use words wrongly. Okay, so sorry for you guys. Pagus means countryside. Back in the day, when the Roman emperor converted to Christianity, so did everybody else in the city. Okay? But we found out that the people in the countryside didn't become Christian. They stuck to the old religions, mostly, what's the name of the religion there now? Oh, it's gone out of my head. It's the bull worship. It's gone out of my head, but it was one of the original old warrior cult. Okay, so they were considered to be backwards because they didn't follow the emperor. So pagans were people from the Pagus, those out in the countryside. So strictly speaking, if you want to talk Wicca, which is a modern religion actually, though it's said to be based on the old religions, you should call them heathens, people from the heath, which is what they called people from the countryside who still worship the old ways in England. Instead, they call people who follow the Nordic religion heathens, which is completely wrong because heathen is a British word. So the modern nomenclature is completely messed up because people don't understand what they're talking about. But for ease of, if you want, you're a pagan if you don't follow one of the 5 religions that form the major religions in the world,
Okay.
if that makes sense. So the 5
that makes
major
sense.
religions are the 3 Abrahamic, plus Buddhism, plus Hinduism.
Okay. Good
Yes.
to know. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's basically what it is. Huge thanks to Endless Thoughts for those kind gifties there. We do love that. And to all of you guys.
Okay,
for the
I'm going to
links.
go. Thank you. You guys are
Awesome.
fascinating.
Be welcome anytime.
Have a great evening.
You too. Ciao, ciao.
Bye. Bye.
Master Phillips,
Yes.
I am talking. I just came back, and you sorry.
Okay, so moving along. After the Nordic, you also have the Pleiadian ones that apparently come from the Pleiades, the Venusians, the Tall Whites, and the Agarthians. Now, all of them are a kind of Nordic. In other words, they're tall, they have blonde hair, blue eyes. Okay? And
They're like humans, but they're aliens.
well, they're just called Nordics because they look vaguely like that. If that makes
It's a
sense.
Nordic.
One of the Chthonic races from Scandinavia.
Sonic race. Oh.
Vikings.
Oh, my phone is on 27%.
Okay, so now these are good ones. Now you mentioned the ones that turned up at the school in Zimbabwe. That one was a Nordic, and they are nice. So we're okay there.
I want to have an alien as a pet now. Like, just wake me up early in the morning. And you can even sleep next to me. Like, they're cute and something. Like, okay, you find me weird. It's fine.
No, I think these would keep you as a pet. Okay, then you've got the reptilians. These are the bad ones. Okay, now they do turn up in a number of mythologies. They include the Draconians, the Orion reptilians, which are slightly different but also bad and allied with the Draconians. These are both called because of which star system they come from. Okay. Then they are basically your scaly types in their natural form, and the oldest recorded version includes things like Sobek. Come on, Jay, who is Sobek? No? Anyone?
I never heard. What you saying?
Who is Sobek?
I don't know.
The crocodile-headed god from Egypt. Come on, guys. You must know
I
these
don't know who that
things.
is.
Of
I
course
know
you
the
must
cat.
know. You have to know all of these things.
I mean, I thought I was gonna help my future.
Well, it might. If the aliens are taking over the world.
Oh my god.
Now, besides this, and this is something that we actually discussed before, which is really interesting. What if aliens aren't physical like us?
Ooh, what if they use
Just
their minds
made
to
of
make us
light,
jump up
which is
leaders?
why UFOs are just made of light.
I just said that. You copying me. I just said that they use
Yes.
their minds. Okay,
So
why are you laughing at Gracie?
maybe
Talk to my
there
little
was
brother. He's
those
being
as well.
annoying. Shut up. No, shut up.
Fishman says, can I tell the future for you? Well, possibly I could, if I wanted to. Believe it or not, I was actually taught to cast the runes.
Ember must said they scared.
Well, lots of people say they're scared.
You gotta
Nevertheless,
deal with it, man. Why
the,
don't you want to? What?
why are the greys
Dangerous.
what they are? Are they dangerous?
No.
We know that Aleister Crowley, the occultist, described meeting with one of these creatures, which he said was called Lamb, which taught him the Amalanatra workings, which he believed allowed humans to contact beings across dimensions. He said they were very scientific, rather cold, and computer-like in their intelligence.
So you're saying they like talk like a robot, like this, with a goofy voice?
No, in their thinking, not in their talking. So we've got a number of things. We've also got a number of people that want to join on the live, but they got like 2 followers, so I'm not allowing them because I don't know them. Sorry.
Come on,
That's a
give
bit
them a
scary.
chance.
Well, the last time we did, they were having sex in the background, and I don't feel like that
What?
tonight. Oh, you weren't here for that. You missed
Wait, was
out.
it actually?
So,
Wait, were the cameras like on or something?
thank goodness no.
Oh my gosh!
So there was definite issues.
Wait, but did you like hear the sound? Did you hear the?
So, Digel, I'm afraid that we would love to hear your perspective in the chats, but you have to have been on the live at least a couple of times so we recognize you.
Dagger has like 350 followers.
Yes. So we don't just allow people on anymore. We have to know you. Because it really, it got
Come on,
very,
give her a
very
chance.
bad. No. Sorry, rules are rules.
Wow, just like that. No.
Nope. After what people have done, I mean, the swearing, the sex, it really got, this is not what this channel's for, and we are serious about that. But once you are known, we will absolutely allow you on.
But I was allowed on the first time ever.
No, you weren't. I checked you out quite severely, and you were vouched for by one of the other followers.
What does that mean?
We checked you out.
You checked me out? Wait, what you mean? I'm covering my butt. What you mean you checking me out?
Background check.
Background check to make sure you weren't dodgy.
Oh.
So,
And I passed? I knew it. I'm so smart. I mean, I'm so cool. I mean, you know what I mean.
So, aliens, absolutely. How do we know if somebody isn't human, though? So here we go. This is the list, the checklist for not just reptilians, but any non-human. Okay. Step 1, lack of biological needs. So if you don't breathe properly or regularly, if you don't eat or don't require sleep, or Mickey,
Oh my
if
gosh,
you
I'm a
don't
reptilian. I don't
blink
sleep as much
enough,
and I don't eat as much. Oh my gosh, I'm a reptilian. Oh yeah, babies. Try
It's-
catching me not. Wait, can I fly? Oh, can I fly? I'm gonna try it.
so absolutely
Don't laugh at it.
he can't fly. Absence of emotion. Apparently, non-humans have a difficulty in expressing any kind of emotion. Poor or non-existent communication. Everybody under the age of 15. I'm just throwing it out there. Do they not communicate in a way that makes sense to you? Everybody under the age of 15. Are they unable to have meaningful conversations? Everybody under the age of 15. Clearly, whoever made this list did not have teenagers. But throwing it out there. What about the third eye? The third eye is interesting, but has to do with more of a psychic side, I think. We can look into it. Have I seen a UFO on several occasions? Yes. Have I seen the words or heard of Credo Mutwa? I've read all of his works. It was part of my study for philosophy, so yes, I have. Next up, physical abnormalities. So we went through this for the reptilians. Apparently it works for pretty much any non-human thing that's trying to appear human. Okay. Very flat fingers. Nope, mine seem round. Thumbs that seem more opposable than they ought to. So if you've got a double-jointed thumbs going on. Unsettling behavior. Oh, Mickey.
I think the other one does it, but not as good as
Okay, so you're only half alien. Well,
I can do something. Watch this.
The next question is, can...
You're supposed to be...
No, you're making a noise. You're being daft.
I'm not...
Can aliens breed with humans? And what would the children be like?
Breed. It's just a breed.
I mean, it's a fair question.
It's
Now,
weird.
I did tell you that story of the woman that came in that I met, who said that she not only met an alien, but married him and had a kid by him.
Ew.
I think you mentioned something.
Yes, and their farm is not that far from where I live. It's about 25, 30 k's away.
Okay, you're saying that's not far. Wow.
It's not far.
30 kilometers is far.
It's up the road.
Down the road, it's far.
Okay.
Okay,
We have
it's like
different
this is like 5
perspectives
liters
of-
of petrol, my dude.
Well, we have different perspectives of far. I mean, I used to walk that daily.
Okay, I wonder how your shims look like. I mean, your... What are those called? Calves.
Digel asks, where is the woman from and did it happen in South Africa? Yes, it happened in KZN in the Natal Midlands. I do believe the woman has passed away now. It was a while back. I was young when I met her. I just started working. I worked in a bookshop and she wrote a book about her experiences and she was promoting it and she brought it into the shop. And I did keep a couple in the shop, and I did actually go and figure out where the spaceship landed, and I went and visited the site, and the site was very weird.
Take a picture for us, like, damn.
Pre-cell phones, buddy boy.
Oh, no, just go there again today, and take a picture.
No, getting there is
realize-
a major hike in the Drakensberg uphill.
Out.
Yeah.
Well, get daughter a lot. Then you go up that hill with a bicycle. I don't care with your feet or so. You make a live, then you'll be like, oh my gosh, guys, alien just landed. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's
I
aliens.
doubt it.
No, it could work. Okay.
I have never said anything like that in my life, and never will. Well, in answer to our question in part, is it's thought that they have biological incompatibility, so they cannot
Can I just say
successfully reproduce. But I've met someone that said that they did. So,
Can I say something?
yes.
Why is Spooky Streamer like sitting in such a dark room? Like, I would be scared for my life. I'm turning the
Because
lights
he
on.
likes to sit outside.
Oh, it's outside.
You didn't realize that?
No.
Oh. I thought it was very obvious.
I mean, my eyes are pretty like I'm sick. I mean, no, I'm not.
Okay. All right. So scientific.
You're supposed to be worried for me. Like, okay,
I'm very bad at worrying.
okay.
That's one of the things
Oh
that
my
might
gosh, it's
make
a
me
rainbow
an
lucky block.
alien.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting that. I just got something super rare.
Okay, so scientific indications that they say would show if a person's an alien is the fact that human beings have to have 23 pairs of chromosomes. If you don't, you're not human. Your DNA shows exactly what you are. So you could test the DNA, theoretically. There is the Turing test, which was, I don't know if it still is, but it was developed by the scientist Turing. So you can test a machine to see if it is able to show human skills, and if it can't, it's not human. So there is that. That's why you all have these capture tests. So apparently the ability to count the number of traffic lights shows that you're human. Well, it might show that you're not a bot.
I
But
must be a bot then.
whether or not, that's my problem as well. They come up with these awful pictures and, you're not human. Okay. Now,
So because
then
I drink water
the
a
last,
different way, I'm not human.
probably.
But it's fun to drink it with my nose.
I would hope not. There is a very interesting point that Dygett says here, that the way people think about aliens is very Eurocentric. This is true to a certain degree.
Mr. Bones, I just found a Tokoloshi. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It looks like a Tokoloshi. Oh. Okay, all the bus is coming.
Okay. There is a certain amount of cultural expectation as to what they should look like, which might thank you very much for the likes there, but it might very much show why we don't spot the aliens, simply because what we're expecting to see isn't what they are. Just saying. There is a point. Now, the last thing which might be important is what they call the uncanny valley. Now, have you ever come across somebody and they just feel wrong? You haven't got a reason. You can't see any specific thing. Yes. You just feel that something's not right about them. That might be an indication. Now, Daigel says they have, and he points out the Tokolosh of the spiritual entity, yes. And Larpnin just says they saw one yesterday. Well, it's possible.
What?
So, yes, the uncanny valley, I think, is probably one of the best ways.
Oh, I know that dude. Ratatata. You're lying. The laggy ninja. I know that guy.
Cool.
He sends me like all gifts and. Okay, you're saying cool. Why don't you love me anymore? Like.
Because you're saying the craziest things and I don't know how to respond to it. It has nothing to do with the topic whatsoever. It's like, okay, cool. I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say.
Okay. Have I read the books by Cheikh Anta Diop? No.
Cheikh and who?
I don't know. Jay does have a lot of energy. He very much does, but we like him. As crazy as he is. But so these are the main particular things that let you spot. But now we've spoken of on our lives aliens, we've spoken of jinn, we've spoken of angels, we've spoken of demons. So what about the other things? What about werewolves? How would we recognize to see any one of those? So, I went and found the lists for these as well. So, let's start with shapeshifters. So, uncanny flexibility, unusual physical reactions, like if their skin ripples, avoidance of mirrors or reflections. So, behavioral clues, physical signs. So, yes, let's start with the physical.
Oh, that was me. I just saw something.
Cool. I will look that up, as a matter of fact. A historian and anthropologist from Senegal. I will definitely check that out because that will be interesting. So, unusual physical traits, as we have said. Another one which I saw on a video was where somebody pushed the skin up like that on someone by mistake as they were attaching a microphone to their collar for the interview. But when they took their finger away, the skin didn't move back. It
Oh, don't say that. Come on.
Yes. I was like, hold on. Skin doesn't work like that.
No, now make me think of this. And now it's getting all mushy and ew.
Yes. Shapeshifters might actively avoid mirrors, or their reflection might flicker or show a different hair or eye color.
Shame on them. But don't vampires like...
No, these are shapeshifters. The other thing I was told about is, I forget what the proper term is. Help me out here, Spooky. You know how a cat's eyes gleam in the dark?
Oh, yeah?
Well, shapeshifters apparently have eyes like that too. What is it called?
My eyes also do that. It's like glows in
No,
the
they
dark.
don't.
Yes, they do.
Then you're not human. We'll have to...
I'm perfectly human. I came out of a Vanocio. If you don't know what that
Possibly.
is, I'm so sorry.
You should be sorry. Right. Then, apparently, they have unique blood or DNA. And here's an interesting thing, they may react differently to medications, poisons, or other things because they don't have the same DNA as us. Now, here's a really weird thing. If I cut myself with something silver, I don't heal for a long time and I can get very sick.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
And I found out, I went to a very fancy restaurant. My boss took a whole lot of us down to his house in Cape Town, and he took us out to dinner. And it was a rather fancy place, and they had silverware, real silverware. But there was a nick in the fork that I didn't see, and it cut the inside of my mouth while I was eating. And I spent the next 12 hours sick as
I'm
a
not
dog.
lying, Lay Ninja.
Yeah, I got really, really, really sick from it. And another time, I had a silver-coated surgical blade as part of a medical kit. And when I scraped myself by mistake with it, digging through a bag, it took twice as long to heal as anything else. So, I don't know, maybe I'm a shapeshifter. I do know that varying medication either doesn't work on me or it has too strong an effect on me. which is weird. I don't know. Throwing it out there. Maybe I am indeed an alien. I don't know. Then, of course, now here you guys will have to tell me behavioral or psychological signs. Okay, so if somebody has inconsistent behavior because they're trying to pretend to be someone else and failing, that would be one thing. Some say that shapeshifters have great difficulty sleeping. Well, I put it to you, we all sit up every night till midnight watching this live and talking crap. So
That's actually a lie. I stay up until like 33 past 2 in the morning.
so there. Then you've got,
Shapeshifter!
you could be. They don't do well in over technological places or over urban places because they prefer the wilderness. As if they're a shapeshifter to an animal, that's what they would like. Okay, so Lazy Ninja says I'm not. I'm all right. Lekker. Now, I have had bloods taken several times, but I've never had my DNA tested. So that would reveal, apparently. But now, shapeshifters revert to their original form after death. Problem. Which one is the original? I don't know. So that's how you know a shapeshifter. But wait, there's more, because, all right then, how do we know if somebody's actually an angel? I'm afraid to. What if I go and test and they're like, yep, you ain't human? What do I do then?
Yeah, that probably.
Yeah, it put me off a bit. So how do you know if you've met an angel? This is the nice one. First of all, you have certain spiritual and emotional signs. An automatic deep sense of peace when being around them. I absolutely would. I would totally keep it to myself. I would not allow people to know. Okay, so a deep sense of peace, a feeling of you're not alone and they're there even before they actually appear to you. Intense sensitivity to the spiritual realm, a sudden strong sense of purpose and happiness, like everything's going to be okay. So that's the spiritual and emotional signs of an angel. Then, physical signs. They always seem to have either follow bright lights or bright lights appear around them, or they seem to be brighter than everybody else. Finding loose feathers around. Apparently, angels shed. Just saying. A gentle breeze that's often sweet smelling. Now, this has come up in a number of very interesting stories I've read about in, for example, the visitations to Padre Pio, Catholic saint, the visitations to the girls at the famous Lourdes site, several other angelic visitations absolutely included both of those. So maybe this is quite true. In African culture, we don't have angels, we have ancestors. Well, there's a very interesting thing because it does depend on which culture. because I've come to realize that in a number of them you have ancestors, and they're not called angels, but there's something like that, and demons, but sometimes the demons are ancestors that are rejected and aren't allowed to become proper ancestors, and so they're cast out and they become demons. So it gets a bit confusing.
Back
Hey?
again. Shady's back. Tell our friends. Okay, you're supposed to say welcome back.
I didn't know you had gone.
Huh?
You were
That's
there.
a fun solve. That's a fun solve.
So then physical sensations, it feels like your skin becomes really nice, as though you've warmed up a bit or something like that. So there is that. So apparently you will know when you meet an angel, because it will be really, really nice. Which then we have to say, all right, what if you meet a demon? Fair.
Run.
Well, no, but how would you know? So if you suddenly find yourself for no reason becoming really hostile or anger, or if you find yourself unusually enjoying others' suffering,
Okay,
or
what?
if you know somebody that is like this all the time, they might be the demon.
Are you saying that I'm a demon because every time I see someone fall on the floor, I laugh?
It's a possibility.
But it's funny the way they're like,
But you think it's funny, which shows. That's the point.
But I pray. I believe in God. I'm not scared
Well.
of. I mean, okay, wait. I definitely am.
Then you have your compulsive behaviors, engaging in destructive or self-harming actions, even if they hate the consequences afterwards, such as addiction to drugs, alcohol, gambling, similar.
Okay, excuse me.
I'm dodgy on
am
that
not
one.
even. I'm not even 15. I'm not even 16 yet. And you suspect me of doing drugs?
I
You
did not
suspect
say
me?
nothing.
Ow, that hurt.
Mental and emotional oppression. People that always have to be able to be in charge of you in some way or control you in some way. That might be it. Verbal outbursts, sudden yelling, mocking, laughing inappropriately, or making violent threats may be the sign that they are a demon.
Okay, now I don't make violent threats, so I am good. I ain't no demon.
We believe that animals and nature can show us good signs and bring blessings or warning. Yes, that is absolutely
The only
one
person
of
who
the
can bring
things.
us blessings is God. What the?
In your
Sure.
belief,
Okay, wait.
there are many
I was
beliefs.
about
Be
to
careful.
say that's my belief, and I was like, let me not judge.
Yes, you are learning.
Yes,
Okay, so
Clacky.
supernatural possible signs, and here's one just for you, Mickey, which is why we asked this at the beginning of the live. Attacks while sleeping, including nightmares, difficulty breathing, and the feeling of a weight pressing you down.
Oh, I have to tell you something. So you see, I wake up 15 past 3 in the morning. I'm awake. I feel like it's hot, I'm sweating. I am sweating, not even like normal. Oh, one drop. I am sweating. I look at the window. The window's open. The curtain is open. I'm like, I turn the other side. I just keep hearing the scratches. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna deal with this. So I just keep like doing the other side, and I'm covering my head with the blanket like I'm a child. So I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Well,
Your father's right here, Grayson.
one of the things, if a demon is present, is sudden inexplicable fear.
Okay, so there was a demon at my house?
Well, I'm just saying what they say.
I have a Bible in my room. What you
If
talking about?
somebody is possessed by one, sudden violent movements, convulsions, or random vomiting.
Okay, what now? Don't bring up. Oh, I hate
That
comedy.
might, just like in the movies, inexplicable sounds or the ability to make noises that are not normal. And then sudden, inexplicable hostility to anything that has religious value.
What
So
does that
if
mean?
you're wearing a crucifix and somebody is suddenly very angry about it, because I
The
mean,
demon? Oh, hell no, I'm gonna go throw hands at them. Come at me. Oh, I should definitely not hit my arm like that.
yes. Now, they do make a
Yeah.
very important point, okay? Just one sign is not necessarily enough. It's accumulation of signs within context. And they do also say that these can be signs for medical or psychological issues. So you have to discount that before making accusations, which is fair.
I have a feeling like my mother's possessed.
Well, that seems to contradict everything you've said if you've got crucifixes and Bibles in the house.
Hear me out. My dad and my mom, they broke up, if you know what I mean. Like, and it was a good thing because she's like that type of person. She's a narcissist, and
That's a
every time I started
mental
walking in front of her,
disorder.
and he has like a crucifix on. She like gets scared and she starts walking around the house. She's like pacing every time she sees a crucifix. And she's like, and I'm concerned.
Well,
I'm not gotta put this back. Gotta put that there.
Digel, thank you for being on the channel tonight. It was awesome. I hope you enjoyed it. Do come again.
Oh no, let's not end it yet. No, please don't end it yet.
He's leaving you, Pillock.
Oh, bye.
Okay, now what else have we got? Now for this one I went into Islamic literature. What if it's a jinn? How would we know if somebody is secretly a jinn? Because they can shapeshift according to what we are told in Islamic folklore and all the rest of it. So there are absolutely signs to know if a jinn is there or not. So one of the things is they shift their nature suddenly. So one moment very patient or gentle, and then suddenly harsh or aggressive. Increase in anger, especially when prayers are heard around them or if the Quran is recited. Remember, this is from Islamic, so we're referring to the Quran. Sudden blackouts or memory loss, particularly around places considered unclean. Okay, demonstrating an unusual or unnatural affection for a person of the wrong sex or for an animal or for a substance might indicate there is a jinn possessing you. Sudden increase in physical strength. Jinn are very strong and very fast, apparently. Okay, so hatred of or the attempt to stop the recitation of the Quran or the call to prayer. Showing remorse or tears or extreme violence in either of these occasions, and a sudden decline in personal hygiene. Illnesses that worsen and are totally resistant to medication, if you're possessed by a jinn. The ability to speak in languages that you've never learnt. That's an interesting one. So yeah, there are ways to tell if something is a jinn.
My cousin was possessed by a jinn.
So apparently there are several varieties of things out there, and you're supposed to be able to tell. So, did your cousin show any of those signs?
Yes.
Okay. Well, tell us about it.
Okay. First of all, they're Muslim, but I'm Christian.
Okay.
So like, I don't know what the time was, but it was late. Like 4 o'clock in the morning. This dude wakes up, staring at me.
Okay.
No, like he's staring at me like he's not even moving, not blinking once. I'm like, what you doing? Go to bed. He doesn't say anything, and then I don't know what he started like. I don't know what he was doing, but then he started like speaking those different languages. I don't know if it was sleepwalking or something, but
Okay. Well,
that's
there it
all I know.
seems that there are a number of things that did show up, so perhaps there is some truth to this. We do know that, for example, one of the ways to know if somebody is one of the fairy is that they cannot lie, according to Irish mythology. No, fairies cannot lie. So if they can avoid the question, they can manage to prevaricate and so on, but they cannot tell a direct lie.
Why?
I don't know.
But
That's what the things say. I have never met one.
I guess you're making me suspicious.
So that's what they say. I have enough trouble sometimes telling if something's a ghost or not. So I'm not claiming any kind of expertise.
What's the most gruesome thing you've ever seen, like as a whatever?
The most gruesome thing I've ever seen, walking through a house ankle deep in blood.
What?
Yeah, it was a small house, and they slaughtered all the people inside so badly that it was on the ceiling.
Oh no! Don't say.
You asked.
That's worse than Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh,
Yeah.
I just said that. I just said that I'm getting banned. TikTok. I said Jeffrey vegan.
So yeah, I've seen some pretty bad things in my life.
Okay, like ankle deep.
Yeah.
But I didn't like go under the doors and everything.
There was in the kitchen area, there was a step up slightly going into the lounge area, and there was a step up lip going to the stairs outside, going outside.
Ankle deep. Like how many people were there?
I believe it was 4.
No, I mean people like slaughtered. That's what I mean.
4.
For a 4 can't make like ankle deep.
It wasn't a very big area.
Oh, so it was small, like a shed.
It was the kitchen part in a small house.
I like the way you're doing with your hands, like you're like this. Ooh, what is that?
And it had an eraser.
I knew it. I'm so smart.
So yes. So there are ways to tell if people are or are not whatever they are. And apparently we can tell. But now here's the thing. There are a lot of issues, obviously, with those signs, because it may or may not. So you'd need several of each sign to prove. Furthermore, as we pointed out, what if, because some say that they can have kids with humans, what if you're like part fairy or part werewolf or part alien
Wait,
and didn't know?
what if they had a threesome and there was a vampire, a werewolf, and the alien?
Okay, no, that's just weird.
Oh.
You can't have multiple parents.
Um.
No, you really can't. And now I've just knocked something on the floor. Come back. So
Where's the cat? Where's the cat? The one that like is in charge and wants you to rub her when she wants attention.
she is currently sleeping in the other room.
Wake up! We want
Don't
you.
do that ever again. Don't ever do that again, because that hurt. Sorry. There were rules made for a reason, and we keep to them, even with people. Sorry. That was just rude, and I will not allow that. So, yes. With that said, what if? Are there possibilities? Is it? I don't know. Scientifically, okay, both my parents were scientists. I was raised very logically. If you can't poke it with a stick, it ain't real. That's how I was raised. But number one, I've seen some very weird things in my life. Number two, you can't help but wonder. Science doesn't actually have answers for everything. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
So, could any of these things be out there in some way? Is there a possibility? I don't know. What do you think?
I think so, for sure.
I mean, I've definitely seen, in the strictest sense, UFOs. Haven't seen aliens.
I've
But I've
experienced
seen-
enough that I do believe there's other things out there.
There has to be. We can't be the only planet in the entire universe with life. That just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me.
Definitely.
I don't know. Spooky? Throw in a comment.
Actually, there's lots of people that claims that there is aliens or reptiles. Lots of rich people claim that the other rich guy is a reptile.
True. I mean, it's a hard thing to say straight up, no, it doesn't exist. I don't know. As I say, I've seen some very strange things in my life. And science cannot explain a great deal of it. So I tend to think you need to have an open mind. Are reptilians taking over the world? That might be pushing it a bit far. But then again, maybe it isn't.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like, I mean, okay, there's been plenty of people who've tried to take over the world, so it's not like it's an uncommon thing, even in our own species. There are plenty of people that are homicidal and weird, so why shouldn't other things be? You know? And let's be honest, given that actually we know far less than we think we do.
Yeah.
I mean, we've explored 5% of the ocean. Right there. You know. We like to think we know stuff, but I mean, for centuries we knew for absolute fact the world was flat. We knew it for absolute fact. And then we discovered that actually it wasn't. So, I mean, it was known for a very long time that if you tried to break the speed of sound, you would die. Your body would come apart because of that speed. We now have people flying in aeroplanes 5 times the speed of sound. When they talk about Mach 1, Mach 2, Mach 3, they're literally talking about how many times the speed of sound you're going at. Now, the current theory is you cannot break the speed of light. I'm inclined to think that sooner or later we're going to discover absolutely, yeah, you can. You know,
Just debunking ourselves.
scientists love being definitive. This is how it is, and anything else is wrong. But how often, just on this live, have we come across where a scientist will say, this theory is rubbish. There is no proof whatsoever. It's got to be wrong. Why? Well, theoretically, no. You said it was wrong. Therefore, provide the other proof that it is wrong. Don't tell me that theoretically. That just means it doesn't fit to your current viewpoint. There's a difference between theoretically. I mean, I know that if I take 2 hydrogen atoms and put it with 1 oxygen atom, I will get water. It's provable as fact.
Yeah.
So there I'm happy to believe. It's demonstratable multiple times over without any change. So that's true. That's the scientific fact.
Yeah.
But your theory that we can't go faster than the speed of light because it would kill us is a theory. You don't have proof. All you know is we can't do it yet. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you've got to be a bit more careful when making definitive comments about science. We don't know as much as we think we know. Thanks for the likes there, Lenny. I do appreciate it. So there are issues with our viewpoints, shall we say. It's not always as simple as that. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily saying that aliens do exist, but I am saying it seems a bit arrogant to think we're the only life in the universe. Right?
This is a thought. Like, sorry, randomly.
Yes.
Have you watched the movie I, Robot?
Yes.
With Will Smith. Okay, sorry, this is nothing to do. But now I'm thinking about it. So I was watching it earlier, and I saw they went. It was the year 2055, and now I'm laughing because it's 2025, and you know they're
It's not that far away. You know
Yeah,
when
and
the original story was written? Back in the 40s and 50s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they made the movie from a book.
Because when I was watching it, I was laughing because of their technology, and I'm like, hey, that's like a couple of years from me.
Well, when it was written, that was the far future. 100
Yeah.
years from then. They really thought that we would be living in floating houses by then.
Yeah. I'm sorry, that was just interesting.
So yes, you're absolutely correct. Which goes to show that maybe science isn't what we think it is and can't do what we think it can.
Exactly. I also watched Splice. I don't know if you've ever watched Splice before.
I have watched Splice, and that right there is a very good reason not to leave scientists unsupervised.
Exactly. That movie was.
It's creepier after you've watched it than during. When you start thinking, yeah, right? You start thinking about it and you're like, hold on.
I've been on a science fiction binge watch these days of movies.
Absolutely.
We haven't yet sent information faster than the speed of light.
I don't know.
Well, what about entanglement?
Okay, now you're getting onto something which, by and large, is almost entirely theoretical. Quantum entanglement is possible in theory. The trouble is, it's still very much a theory because we haven't managed to actually replicate it. So
It's spooky, actually.
it's very spooky, but we don't actually know for certain how it works. And part of the reason has to do with the whole Schrodinger's cat issue, that you're dealing with constant superimposition of place, whereby it's quite possible that certain things are not two things in opposite, but by quantum superposition, it's the same thing that's almost instantly at the different places at the same time. And that's really hard to figure out.
Yeah, now there's a bunch of theories how you can travel faster than the speed of light, like wormholes or warp drives.
Yes, the difficulty at the moment, though, is if you did it, would you come out the other end alive or squashed down to atomic level flatness? Which might be detrimental to your health.
Is that part of the theory?
It is. So, for example, theoretically, a white hole is literally the opposite end of a black hole. So, if I went into a black hole here, I could pop out in another distant part of the universe out a white hole, and therefore have traveled instantly.
But there will be particles.
Yes, that's the downside. You won't actually be alive to witness it, but you will have traveled, theoretically. So there are issues with these ideas. You would also need to find a way to survive the process. So you see where the difficulty comes in.
Yeah.
As far as I know, they haven't figured it out yet. Will they? Possibly. And then maybe they'll chuck somebody inside a wormhole to see what happens.
And warping space.
Okay, now there you're talking about the idea of quantum superimposition, whereby if you travel at a speed sufficient, space bends. So imagine space is a flat blanket. Wait, I've got a thing. I will literally show you what they say, which may or may not be true, but they say it is. This was something I had to state. So here is space, okay? Here is Earth. Here is the other side of the universe. Now, for you to travel from Earth to the other side of the universe, you have to cross the entire length of the page, right? However, if you travel at a sufficient speed, space begins to bend. And eventually, there becomes here.
I think you've been watching too many. What's his name? Neil Armstrong or something? No,
Well,
that scientist. He doesn't know shit.
Quantum superpositioning has got a small problem in that it's actually entirely theoretical, and we don't actually know if it's true. Because we can't go faster than the speed of light.
See, how warp drive works is you bend space in front of you and you expand space behind you.
Yes.
Then in that way you can travel faster than the speed of light because space travels faster than the speed of light.
Well, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Is it that we must be fast enough to bend space, or do we bend space to become fast enough?
You bend space.
You
Because,
see-
like, a black hole doesn't move at the speed of light, but the gravitational pull is so much that it pulls in light faster than the speed of light.
Well, the problem with the black hole is that it does so by gravitational pull, which is the reason we can't do
So
it.
faster than the speed of light.
Yes, you would be faster and flatter.
Yes, that's the only thing. Because if you're going to do that, then
It's a
you're
pretty big thing.
essentially creating a black hole in front of you.
Yes. And it is a pretty big thing, though. If I flatten you to thinner than a molecular level, so down to atomic level, you would be the size of the universe practically, for one thing, and you would be very much not going to enjoy the trip,
Yeah.
which is a problem because you want to get there as you. So because it's theoretical, it's kind of a moot point at the moment.
So we'll never be able to travel to different solar systems because
Not never. We can't travel now. Maybe one day we will figure a way to do all of that, and then we will. Maybe.
even traveling at the speed of light, it's too slow.
Yes, it is.
How many years is going to pass by before you actually reach a different star?
Hence my point that we always knew it was physically impossible to go faster than the speed of sound. You couldn't do it, it would kill you. Now we know you can. We figured out how to do it. Maybe we will figure out how to go faster than the speed of light, and we will talk about going at 50 times the speed of light, and therefore we'll be able to nip over to other universes.
They also say time works differently when you're traveling at that speed.
That is provable. Okay, interesting fact. They did an experiment where they took it's a special kind of clock. I forget what it is. It's one of those ones that's super accurate. Okay? And they put it in a room where it wouldn't be influenced or anything. They took a second one exactly the same. They put it in a sealed case that was protected from outside, so it couldn't be influenced. They put it on I think they put it on an F-16 or something like that, a supersonic jet. And they flew it round the world as fast as it would go. And at the point that it came back over the place where the other clock was, they landed, opened it, took it out, put it next to them, opened them up, and compared the two for time. And the one that had gone round the world had less time on it than the one that had stayed still. Only by a few microseconds, but time was slower because they had gone faster.
Okay. The
Theoretically,
Large Hadron Collider.
right, that was my next comment. Exactly that, because now your Large Hadron Collider moves things at an atomic speed. Theoretically, if I could move all of you and keep you together and not let you go flat at atomic speed, I might be able to travel you to far universes because time would slow sufficiently that you wouldn't get old.
But millions of years would have passed here on Earth.
Not necessarily. From the perspective of you, it would have taken, say, a day. From our perspective, you might be there in 10 minutes.
No, I think
Or the other
we
way
would
around.
experience time.
So maybe you
So
would
time
get
was
there
going to
young.
slow down for you while traveling, but back on Earth, millions of years would have passed by.
That might be the problem. Now, it would mean that if I wanted to send you to live on another planet in another universe, you can do it. You can nip over there and live there. But it would mean that by the time you got there, the Earth had exploded and all life this side had ended. It's possible.
They say it's possible to travel near the speed of light, but it also takes an immense amount of energy to achieve.
There were experiments that I read about where they did it, but then afterwards they admitted that what they're talking about is sending electrons at that speed. So yes, we're talking on an atomic level. Yes. To actually send a whole person at that speed, not yet. Not saying we won't, not saying we can't, but not yet.
But you'll probably break apart.
That's the worry. On the other hand, they said that you would break apart if you went faster than the speed of sound.
Okay.
Maybe you will, maybe you won't. We don't know for sure. And therein lies the problem, by and large. It does get pretty technical.
What about you just put yourself back together again?
Well, therein is where, interestingly enough, the science on Star Trek, not Star Wars, Star Trek, was actually pretty accurate. And when they made the films, they based it on the advice of people like Isaac Asimov and the great scientists of the time. And that's why a transporter is logical science, even if we can't do it. Because in order to do that, you're talking quantum superimposition, and therefore I dematerialize you, but then can put you back together again. While dematerialized, your travel is instantaneous because you're moving at a subatomic super speed, way past the speed of light. And then we reform you, so it's to you instant. So the transporter is quite logical, if you
But
could
it's
do
not
it.
really going to be you, is it? It might be a duplicate of you.
To a
But
certain
wouldn't all the particles be different?
To a certain degree, your entire self is new every microsecond. But you're still you. When you were 10 years old, you were very different to what you are now, but you're still the same person in a way, right? So we do that anyway.
You think teleportation is possible?
I think it's going to be more likely than effective cryogenesis.
And teleportation is possible through quantum physics?
Quantum physics, I don't know. Quantum physics is what we call the flavor of the moment. Is it really all that? I'm not sure. But through science,
I think I have to go and get ready for bed.
I hear you. I must be honest, I have to go get ready for bed. But let me see if I can do some resource checking and find out the origin of a lot of the scientific theories, and we'll do a live on it. How about that?
Okay.
Oh.
Suitably weird and wonderful for you? What do you say, Mickey?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Questions like,
Well, teleportation. Faster than the speed
teleport
of light.
somebody using entanglement.
Maybe. Let's see what we can find. Done and done.
Anyway, thank you so much for the live.
Always, Mickey. Always love to have you on. Thank you so much. Thank you, Spooky. Huge shout outs to everyone that joined in and commented and sent likes and all the rest of it. So, yeah. And Endless Thoughts, who sent the 2 gifts, which was very nice. And for the future, good night, sleep well, sleep deep, but sleep with one eye open, because it seems that the reptilians are out there and they're in charge. Good night.
Cool, man.
All right, good night.
All right.